Okay, so I am going to be giving you guys a reading on the next 10 days. Excuse me. Um, so hopefully this resonates with you, and if it doesn't, I'm extremely sorry, but you have option A, which is this one, or option B, which is this one, option 1 or option 2. Okay? So what I'm going to have you do is concentrate on which deck you feel resonates with you before deciding on which deck to pick. And I'm just going to be pulling out cards from the time that I post this, into the next 10 days. Okay? So if you need to pause and pause this video to kind of get a feel for the deck that you want to choose, you can do that now. But I am going to be starting with option number 1, okay? And then we'll go into option 2 after. So those who chose option number 1, let's see, what do the cards have to tell you at this time for the next 10 days for those who chose option number 1, okay? Excuse my hideous hands. But what messages are ready and available for those who chose option number 1? Oops, I'm gonna put that back. What are the messages for those who chose option number 1? Okay, let's see. I think we're good right there. All right, let's see. For those who chose option number 1, Princess of Wands, which would be like Page of Wands. I don't read reversals, just FYI. Oops, just make sure this stays put. Princess of Wands, the Wheel, 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and 6 of Wands. All right. For those who chose option number 1, let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing that I see is that there's going to be a reunion of some sort with somebody you had a relationship with, and either whether you're single or not is not necessarily the case here. This has to do with somebody that you had some kind of deep connection with, deep relationship with, and for whatever reason it ended very sadly, okay? I see that when this person comes back, you guys are going to have a lot to talk about and a lot to get off of your chest, a lot of closure, okay? In fact, when this person comes back, they are not going to be the person they were, obviously, that they were when you guys broke up or parted ways. This doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection or a relationship, but it kind of seems like it is, right? So when this person comes back, you will actually have an opportunity to say everything that you wanted to tell this person that you didn't get a chance to say. And you also get to show them the level of growth that you have acquired since then. There's a lot of things that are going on in this person's life in particular that they feel very proud of, and they want to kind of like show you. A lot of you are actually going to get an apology of some sort. The 3 of Pentacles with the 9 of Wands, though, tells me that though this may be a period in which you might feel uncomfortable, but it shows that you have gone so far past being hurt and what do you call it? Resentful. And you're in a place where you're okay now to deal with this person. That's why I see the Three of Swords here, okay? The Wheel of Fortune shows me that somebody's coming back. Actually, when I look at the Six of Wands with the Nine of Wands, it almost shows me that you are guarding your heart, because when this person comes back, a lot of resurfaced feelings are going to come about, whether you're with somebody or not. Whoever this person is, you guys had a lot of passion together, a lot of hard times as well as good times, right? But when I see the Six of Wands, it shows me that when this person comes and you guys have your reunion, you're going to feel very victorious over the whole situation. Almost as if you kind of won. Is there going to be a chance possibly for a reconciliation romantically? I really don't know. So let's pull some more cards to see. We have the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Cups. There is definitely going to be an opportunity to rekindle something with somebody when this person comes back. But I do feel that you will both be in a place where you know where you guys kind of fucked up and where you should have done a lot better, okay? Especially with this Ace of Swords here is telling me that you guys would both be confronted with a lot of truth. The Eight of Pentacles next to the Queen of Cups. I do see a lot of forgiveness here and a lot of working things out. Will you guys be in a romantic place again? I don't really see that quite yet, but I see you guys working on repairing your friendship or everything that you feel was broken. When I look closer at all of the cards together, it just paints a picture of a relationship where you guys had your moments where you were at each other's throats and constantly making love. It was either like it's either you were fucking or you were fighting, either or. And since this breakup or this separation, there's a level of maturity that has grown within each of you individually. And I feel like you guys are at a place now where you can actually share that with one another. I do feel like the road is definitely open for something romantic, but it's really up to you and how that is going to be established. And it's going to take some time because a guard and a wall is definitely still up because of the past. But I feel that you will handle yourself accordingly and a lot more maturely than you did in the past. In other words, I don't see you blowing up at this person or kind of like pointing blame or saying, well, you did this and then you did that and vice versa. I think you guys will both be at a place of understanding. And this is within the next 10 days, but it could be a little bit longer than that. At least this is the beginning. Well, let's pull out a few more cards. We have the Princess of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Nine of Swords. Sometimes, even though we may end a relationship, and it's always due to something, right? And you break up with someone, they break up with you, and you guys go out about your life and you grow. But sometimes energies just do not mix, okay? And I do feel that this reading is actually kind of a warning. Remember that everybody that's in your life, especially romantically, is a reflection of who you are, who you used to be, or who you can become. The Princess of Pentacles tells me that you're actually in a really good place right now, especially emotionally, and when it comes to stability. But the Hangman with the Nine of Swords tells me that this person can bring out a lot in you, a lot of passion in you. Because we have this Nine of Swords here, it shows a level of anxiety. Do I really want to give up everything I've worked so hard to achieve, and especially the emotional stability, for something that may not work out? Well, you're gonna have to find out, right? But okay, sorry, back to part 2 of this video. I cut off. But anyways, I'm gonna pull out 2 more cards to let you know if this is a good idea for you to reconcile with this person, or at least take it into a romantic area, okay? So if you didn't see the last video, go watch the last video that I just posted so you can see this one. All right, so here's the final 2 cards. 9 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. Okay. Well, you'll definitely have an opportunity to reconcile with this person and have something romantic again. But the 5 of Swords tells me, like, there's not much change that's going to happen between you two. In other words, the past will come back. Like I said, sometimes certain energies just like bring out other energies in us. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. You know, you might just have to really think hard and see if this is a direction you really want to go into. But according to the cards, it doesn't look like it's going to be in your best interest or for your greatest good. All right, so that was option number 1. So let's take a look at option number 2, okay? Those who picked option number 2. All right, here we go, option number 2. Let's see. For those who picked option number 2, what are the energies for the next 10 days? What is going to be in store in the next 10 days for those who picked option number 2? Okay. Option number 2. Okay, right there. All right. Seven of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, Princess of Cups, Princess of Swords, Prince of Swords, Ace of Wands. There's a lot of people. All right. For those of you who picked option number 2, I do see some kind of project going on between you and a group of people. There is going to be a lot of ideas thrown back and forth, but I do see a lot of disagreements, okay? So this could be like work related or like some kind of creative project. But there is some advice given here, and that is to just not necessarily be so aggressive, okay? Everybody has something to bring to the table, but not everybody has the same ideas or the same interests. For those of you who are in, I kind of see something creative, almost like a band or some kind of artistic project where there's more than one person involved, especially with this Ace of Wands Okay? Everybody is going to want to put their energy into it, but it's not all going to coincide, at least not at first. When it comes to you, though, you might start to feel a little bit singled out, because I think what's going to happen is everybody else's ideas are going to go well together except yours. All right? And that is why I see the Seven of Wands. When the Seven of Wands comes out, it usually means you are being singled out over something. But it's paired up with the Four of Pentacles. And that is an idea that you're really, really holding on tightly to. All right? When it comes to the Princess of Swords and the Prince of Swords, it may feel like they believe your idea is a little too soft or not assertive enough. I do feel like if it's not necessarily a project, this could also be like your family life, your home life. And if it's pertaining to your home life, you might feel that you aren't being heard necessarily. And this is actually probably a time for you to start speaking up and voicing your opinion. I want to pull more cards out, though, to get a clearer picture. We have Ten of Wands, Justice, the Moon. Okay, I'm starting to see something a lot clearly. There's going to be an issue, okay? Let's talk about the family life. There's going to be an issue within the family where everybody has to come together to make a decision about something. Sorry, I gotta drink some water. And whatever this decision is something of a great ordeal. And this could be having to take care of a certain family member who's ill or not doing so well. But there is a situation within the home where everybody's kind of not necessarily at each other's throats, but trying to figure out who could handle this situation a lot better. When it comes to you in this situation, though, it's almost as if you are being pushed behind because you might be seen as inadequate in this particular situation. The thing is, though, you need to just let this happen. And the reason why is because you will actually shine when everyone else fails. You are going to be the one that is going to be able to save the day or save the project or save the family life or whatever. Let them have their say and let them do things the way they want to do it, because at the end of the day, it'll prove to be overwhelming for them. All right? Sometimes egos get in the way, and sometimes a soldier will fall on his own sword. The best advice you can take here is just to be an observer and let things happen and unfold, because when it comes to this situation, you will have a lot more to offer and to give when the time is appropriate. Let me pull a few more cards. Judgment, Princess of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. There's also a message here. When you know you can do something and you can do it well, but there's other people around you who feel they can do it better, and you know that you could do it better, you need to just let them do it, because instead of just talking about it, they're not going to want to hear you. So you need to let them do it and fail, which they will. And you will come out victorious. And you will be the one who kind of like saves the day. And then every idea you had will have its place and meaning and value. Okay? So that is the message for those who chose option number 2. If you want to book a full reading with me, you can visit me at lunathelovewitch.com, or you can write me an email at babylonrising777@gmail.com, and I'll put my email in the description. I also have an Instagram, and that is Luna the Love Witch, and then I have a Facebook page which you can find me too, which is also Luna the Love Witch. But hopefully this reading has resonated with you guys. Anyways, thank you, and like this video, share this video, and subscribe. And I'll be sure to put out more content.